This is the world's first mass-produced, liquid-cooled smartphone. You're looking at actual coolant flowing through transparent channels on the back of this phone. That blue liquid you see moving around? That's not for show. It's actively distributing heat across the entire back surface while you're using it. And yeah, you can set it on fire and it doesn't even flinch. After 20 seconds, a white spot appears, but then completely disappears as the OLED recovers. How cool is this? This is the Red Magic 11 Pro, the silver Sub-Zero model, but you can also choose the Night Freeze model. And honestly, it's the first time in a long time I've seen a gaming phone that puts actual engineering first and marketing second. I've put the links in the description if you want to check the price on this and grab one while it's on sale. Here's the part that separates this from every other normal smartphone. Most phones handle heat the same way a campfire handles rain. They panic, overheat, and throttle themselves into uselessness. The Red Magic 11 Pro fights heat on 3 fronts. A 24,000 RPM active cooling fan that you can actually hear working. It has the largest passive vapor chamber ever put in a smartphone. And this closed-loop liquid cooling system uses a server-grade fluorinated coolant that doesn't evaporate or freeze. Together, they move heat faster than the Snapdragon 8 Elite can generate it, which means clock speeds stay high instead of dropping every few minutes. In real use, that means stable frame rates, lower temperatures, and no performance loss during long gaming sessions. The design is unapologetically functional. The back is completely flat, no massive camera island, no wobble on a desk, no need for a case just to lie flat on a table. Just clean symmetry. And the transparent cooling channels aren't just for looks, they're part of the structure, tied into the aluminum frame, so the whole phone acts like a heat spreader. The screen is where things get interesting. 95.3% screen-to-body ratio with no visible front camera. The 16-megapixel selfie camera is hidden under the display. When you need it, it's there. When you don't, your screen is uninterrupted. The image quality takes a slight hit because it's shooting through pixels, but the trade-off for a clean display is worth it. This display is an AMOLED panel that runs at 144 Hz with support for over 1 billion colors. Gaming feels fluid, scrolling is smooth, and everything just responds the way you expect it to. No lag, no stuttering, no waiting for the interface to catch up with your inputs. The sides of this phone tell a story about priorities. On the left, you've got 520 Hz shoulder triggers. These are actual tactile buttons that respond faster than any touchscreen ever could. The dedicated gaming slider locks you into Red Magic's game space, kills notifications, boosts clocks, and ramps the fan. And yes, you get a 3.5mm headphone jack. Serious players still use wired audio because it's predictable and lag-free, and Red Magic gets that. When the turbofan kicks in, you literally feel air being pushed out of the exhaust vent. It's a phone, but it cools like a tiny gaming laptop. The cameras are very Red Magic, practical, not overhyped. You get a 50-megapixel Sony IMX890 main sensor, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and a filler 2-megapixel macro with quad LED flash. 4 LEDs might seem excessive until you remember this phone doesn't do anything halfway. The photos look decent, but this isn't really a camera-first device. It's built to stay cool while you're running Genshin at 60 frames per second for an hour. Storage options go up to 1TB UFS 4.0, which is blazing fast even during large game installs. No expandable storage, but when you can fit that much internally, it's hard to complain. The dual-sided SIM tray is a nice touch for people who travel or need separate work and personal lines. The 7,500 mAh battery is legitimately huge. Most flagships sit around 3,500 to 4,800 mAh. Pair that with 80-watt fast charging and you get hours of gaming on a single charge and surprisingly quick top-ups. The phone is rated IPX8. No dust protection because of the intake and exhaust vents, but it can survive full immersion. Red Magic built rubber gaskets around the vents to keep water out while still allowing airflow. The biggest thing that stands out with this phone isn't raw power, it was consistency. In stress tests, most phones hit their peak numbers in the first 5 minutes, then melt down, throttle, and turn into mid-range edge devices. The Red Magic 11 Pro holds its frame rates for half-hour sessions without the usual thermal drop-off. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Plus active cooling combo gives it a baseline performance level that doesn't crumble under load. Games that push other flagships into the high 40 frames per second range stay at 60 to 90 frames per second here, depending on the title. The build quality also deserves credit. The aluminum frame is rigid, the flat back keeps it stable on tables, and the display is protected by reinforced glass rated for higher thermal tolerance, which explains why the flame test didn't destroy it.
RGB lighting is tastefully minimal. It's there if you want it, but it doesn't scream gamer phone unless you turn it on. The software helps too. Red Magic OS is basically a clean Android with a powerful game space overlay where you can tweak fan curve, performance mode, shoulder trigger mapping, screen refresh rate, touch response, everything you'd tweak on a gaming laptop but on a phone. No bloatware, no unnecessary features, just a fast, responsive interface that gets out of your way. Thermals are the most impressive part. Even during long gaming sessions, the phone gets warm but not uncomfortable. The coolant loop spreads heat evenly so you don't get a single scorching hotspot. This phone represents something different in the smartphone market. While everyone else is chasing camera megapixels and AI features, Red Magic focused on solving fundamental performance problems. The result is a device that actually delivers on its promises. Let me know what you think of it. What stood out to you the most? Drop a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next gadget that's actually worth your time and money.